Corbin from Circa 2020. Now, I just shot a whole 25-minute video on all this and forgot to hit record. So I'm a dumbass, but I got some practice and there are some things I can speed up, some things I should slow down on. Either way, the title of this video is probably going to be something about, you know, what do I pack to go to the range, or best way to go to the range, or a budget way to, you know, whatever the case. That's what we're talking about, is how to save money but still be efficient at getting to the range, you know, having fun at the range and getting home from the range without dragging bags and loose guns and loose ammo, and having all your protection and all your gear, tools, batteries, optics, everything that you need to have a fun day at the range and not be frustrated by loading your truck or unloading your truck, or, you know, taking an extra hour at the range. You know, either way, we're going to go over some really cool things that I've learned over the years. I've been going to the range since I was 5-6 years old with my grandfather. We used to drag totes and ammo boxes with like tools in, and it was like this 10-15 minute process to load the truck, and 90% of the stuff we never got out. Now, my grandfather is super over prepared for everything that he does, which is a beautiful thing in itself, but I'm going to teach you a way to simplify it, a way to save money, and what I think is the best way to get to the range and the best products that you can get for the money. So without further blabbing by me, first thing we're going to talk about is the rifle bag. Okay, I chose the 2-gun Sellier rifle bag. Now I think this is a 28, 30, 32 inch. I should have went with the 36. I wasn't really thinking. I get on Amazon sometimes and just buy stuff. But I did do some research on Sellier. All the reviews I read were great, and I'll tell you, for like the $60 I spent on this rifle bag, it is way overbuilt for the money and well worth the money. I mean, I would spend $100 on this bag after receiving it. It's that nice. I just wish I would have got one a little longer. I believe this is the 28 or the 30. I can fit my AR in here. I can fit my TAC-14. I can fit my carbine, AR pistol, anything, you know, that's collapsible or isn't a full-blown like hunter sport stock like a bolt action, you know, target rifle is. You can fit in here. It's not the end of the world. It's just I wish I would have got one I could fit my long rifles in, but that's okay. Either way, you just saw me. Sellier makes all the rifle compartments in this lockable, so you get, you know, your little mini master locks, and you're good to go. A lot of awesome features. It's way overbuilt. Every single compartment, the bottom and the top, has clips that you can cinch everything tight, so your stuff's not rattling around, so it's not bigger than it needs to be. So there's no stress on your zippers. You can cinch everything up nice and tight, bottom, top. If you only have 1 gun in, you can make it nice and tight. If you have 2, I've even put 3 guns in here, and it's heavy, but I've never feared the bag failing whatsoever. It is extremely, extremely sturdy, and it's heavy for just what it is. So I want to go over a couple things. So one, the straps, we got our lock off. The 2-gun compartment is really nice. I wish I could bring it closer, but I don't want to mess up what's going on. So you have pad, front, middle, and back on this firearm compartment. You have these gussets in every corner where you can tuck the stock in, tuck the barrel, the bipod, you know, whatever. You also have straps in each compartment to strap the gun in nice and tight. Again, it is padded. It is identical on both sides. Even the area that goes around the zipper is padded. So if you bang it against something, you're not banging the end of your barrel or an optic on the top, or, you know, whatever you have on the perimeter of the bag itself. It is 100% padded. Like I said, it is so overbuilt for the money. You would be crazy to spend more money on a different bag. I think even the brand new generation Sellier that they have, that's like the 36 inch, the Big Daddy Sellier, with all the MOLLE attachments, the multiple Velcro areas, the more compartments. you're only looking at like 90 bucks. I think I paid like 57 or 62 for this. I don't remember exactly, but I got it on Prime. It showed up quick. It's better than advertised. I cannot stress how good this rifle bag is. I would spend $100 on this bag again. Even if you told me I couldn't get the bigger one and I needed one and it was $100 bucks, I would buy this every day for $20, $30, $40 more than what they actually asked for it. It is that good. Why I put 3 guns in here, not that I had 2 on top of each other, there's another compartment which is just as big as the firearm compartment, which also uses the same padding as the back of the firearm compartment. This side doesn't have the padding, but there's so much meat, you don't really have to worry about it. Inside this other compartment, there is some zipper areas. There are these long Velcro panels that you can stuff stuff back in. Honestly, like pistols, perfect for this. Pistol case can go in here. What's nice is it can be locked. Both of these long compartments have lockable zipper, so super nice. You know, and then you have the 3 compartments in the front. This also has a shoulder carry handle. Originally, I thought this had a backpack carry, and it looks like you could set it up for one, but they only give you 1 long strap. Not the end of the world. I would have liked the backpack carry, but it's okay. It does have a long shoulder strap that I do have just in there in case I want to use it, but I'd carry it as like a, you know, like a briefcase normally. With 3 guns in it, would be nice to shoulder it though, because it does get quite heavy. So you do have 3, 2 smaller, 1 very large. I fit 6 AR mags in here already. 3 of these. Oh, look at that. I got ammo everywhere. Each one of these compartments has a bungee with a lock on the bungee so you can tighten it up, keep your stuff secure. Also very strong Velcro, and of course the lock, and you can, you know, if it's bulging, you can pull that out to pull it tight. They're really good bags. Comes with a little Velcro thing for a patch. You can put whatever you want. I like running the grayscale American flag patch. You know, I like that. I just love that patch. So that's what I run on here. I don't want to go on too long. It's a rifle bag, but it's a really, really good rifle bag for the money. You will not go wrong buying a Savior bag. I would guarantee it. And if you don't like your Savior bag, I'll buy it off you for $100 bucks. That's how serious I am. That's how good of a bag it is. Now, granted, I've never had a $200-300 rifle bag. I don't know what the Cadillac of rifle bags is like, but for me, what I do, this is tits, for lack of a better term. Great bag. Next, the cheapest thing that you can buy for gear going to the range. You go to Walmart, Harbor Freight. I don't like calling out chain stores like that, but I got this at Walmart. It was $4 or $5. You know, ABS, plastic, ammo can. Why this is so important, it's lockable. So another mini master lock, put it on, because like in Pennsylvania, we have some weird laws about transporting firearms with ammunition in them, near them, around them, not in a separate area. Depending on your state, if you have a locked ammo container in the car, locked, and you have the gun wherever else, it doesn't matter. You're going to be legal. Most states are probably the same way. So going with a locking ammo container is great for a lot of things, and legality being one of them. You know, you're legal on the way to the range, because I mean, nobody wants to get caught for something so stupid such as your ammos, you know, just laying beside your gun or in your rifle bag or whatever. You know, for a $4 or $5 ammo can, it's nice. It's got the rubber gasket, so it is waterproof, weatherproof, I'll say. I don't know if you could submerge it, but weatherproof. And I have this baby packed to the gills with ammo. I also keep some 6-inch shoot and see targets in here. I always make my target panels ahead of time. Get a big piece of cardboard to go to the store and get a big, like, extra large box at a department store. You know, $1 a box or whatever. and just use that and put my targets on there, take it to the range. That way I'm not trying to use their board or somebody else's cardboard. Just take my own, take a staple gun, bang, 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 bang. You're ready to shoot, nice and easy. Saves a lot of time getting your targets pre-made like the night before, or just before you leave if you have time. Now I do want to give a shout out real quick, and I am sponsored by nobody because my channel is this new channel is in its infancy. We have 4 subscribers and maybe a total of 50 views and 2 videos. I am nobody, but maybe they'll see it, maybe they won't. I want to give a shout out to this ammo brand. I haven't looked up exactly how to say it. It sounds French, but the ammo is from Czech Republic. Sellier and Bellot, or Sellier and Bellot, or whatever. This brand, Sellier and Bellot, that's what I call it. It's fantastic. Talking 15. The place I got it was $15 for a 50 of 9mm, $8 for 12 double-aught bucks. I got a box of 6.5 Creedmoor, just some FMJ to blow down the range in that Ruger American Predator. I think it's a fantastic ammo. Economy ammo is what it is. It's not dirt cheap, but it's obviously not premium ammunition either. And I will say, for just a run-of-the-mill FMJ ammo, I've fired several calibers, shotgun ammo, I've never had an issue with dependability, a faulty primer, accuracy issues. It's not excessively dirty. I've had no issues with it cycling rapidly through a firearm. I will say that the Sellier and Bellot ammo is primo, top-notch stuff for the money. Again, it's all relative on what you pay for things, but I will say that that particular ammo I will buy when it's on the shelf for just the target ammo every time I'm at the store. I will never pass up buying it because I've never had an issue with it. Not going to go on any further, but here's the deal. You get one ammo can. You can get 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. I don't care. It's your life, but one ammo can, and I'm not going to have enough time to shoot all the ammo in here unless it was like all 5.56 ammo and I was going there to have a little bit of fun with the AR. But otherwise, a can or 2, all your ammo, safe, legal, waterproof. Easy, done. $5. I think you can get them at $3, at $4 at Harbor Freight. I would recommend always trying to get one with a rubber seal in it though, so it is weatherproof, so it doesn't draw moisture. Every once in a while, if I keep it in here, like in the house, or if it's in my vehicle, I have the dry sticks that I put in some of my gun cabinet areas or my hand safe for my pistols. I'll throw a dry stick in there just to help keep any moisture that would, condensation maybe, from interior of the box, exterior temp. I'm getting in the weeds, but either way, I try to keep it dry. Next thing, and then we're going to go into the bag because the bag's the most important part, but go out, get yourself a cleaning pad, a working pad, whatever you want to call it. Oh God. Go out and get yourself one of these. Get yourself a long enough one that you can lay a rifle on it, or whatever. And it doesn't have to be anything special. You can just take a blanket, a towel, it doesn't matter. Just always remember to bring something with. That way you're not laying, because most benches at ranges are either wood, metal, or concrete, none of which I really particularly like laying my weapons down on and working on them, or, I just don't like to. There's no reason to do that when you can spend $10, $11 at your local department store or Walmart, I'll say it, and get one of these. I think online the cheapest I could find a decent sized cleaning pad was $20, $25 shipped, $10 at Walmart. I don't like giving Walmart a ton of money, don't get me wrong, but there's certain things I'm gonna buy there because it's just cheap. And that's a nice, thick, heavy duty, nothing wrong with it. It's nice, take it to the range, lay it out on your bench, lay your optics there, your spotting scope, your binoculars, You can lay your stuff down on it. It just keeps it from getting all jacked up from, you know, the steel. I've shot on steel benches before, almost always rusty. The last thing you want to do is lay anything that you like that's metal down on a rusty bench and scratch it and then immediately get that rust transferred. That's just asking for bad news. Well, let's talk about this real quick. These shooting blocks, they fold it, you know, they slide into each other. I put them in my bag. They go with me everywhere I go with my range stuff. I prefer sandbags because they're a little bit more forgiving with terrain and stuff, or the table or whatnot. You can, you know, mold them to whatever you need. But I do keep these with me, these blocks, because no matter what, no matter where I'm at, I know I'm going to have at least, you know, a steady barrel area to shoot out of. And they were $5, $6. But, you know, always take a rest with you because you never know what you're going to get at the range. Most places will give you a nice bench, but there will be no rest. And if you are trying to sight anything in or see what a certain ammo is doing, you want to take the shooter error out of it as much as possible. So having something, you know, steady to shoot off of is really the most important thing when going to the range for any kind of accuracy or any kind of testing. So sandbags, but I have both. Sandbags just stay in my truck because I'm never not in my truck when I go somewhere. And these here, I just throw in my bag. I don't put the sandbags in my bag because they're heavy. But I'm going to slide this out of the way real quick right after I say these two things. So, Ruger American Predator and 6.5 Creedmoor. If you want to spend $400 on a rifle, you're never going to get more rifle for the money than this gun. We'll go over this someday. I want to do a video on it. I love it. So this is the new generation with the new ACI mags, which is nice because you can run like a Magpul style mag in them. Hell, I even think they take like a 308 AR style mag. You can run in those. 624 by 50, or maybe it's 45. I think it's a 50 scope. You know, nothing special. Yeah, I got maybe $500-600 in this gun, but a threaded barrel. Ruger's amazing trigger they put in these American products, and comes with a Picatinny rail, and Ruger sends you this for free if you register your gun. So this little kit, love that gun a lot. I had an American rifle 308 and I thought it was fantastic, and I wanted to switch over my deer hunting / all-around hunting rifle. I wanted to switch to 6.5 Creedmoor, and I had no questions that I was staying with Ruger, staying with the Ruger American. I just like the Predator a little bit more. I like the olive drab style color. I like the fact that it came with a pick rail on it because I'm a, you know, a tactical fanboy. And the Predator comes with a threaded barrel, which is sweet, and hopefully soon my tanker style compensator will come in the mail. So slide this over just so I can go over the rest of the stuff that's going to be on the table here in a second. One other thing, just a quick, 9 times out of 10 when you buy a pistol these days, unless you're buying a really cheap pistol, you're going to get yourself a plastic carry case. Keep it. You know, don't throw it in the corner of your gun area or, you know, set it somewhere. Keep it. Because when you go to the range, what is more secure than keeping your pistol in this foam container, snapshot? You got your accessories, tools. This comes with the cleaning kit. I want to do a video on this because, again, opinions. There's a lot of opinions with me, but I think for the $500 and under mark, this is the most pistol you can get in like the full-size target style, semi-auto 9 or whatever. I don't even care what caliber you want to say. This is a Canik TP9 SFX, 9mm, 5¼ inch barrel, 20+1 capacity. Comes with 2 mags, 4 red dot ready sight plates you can bolt on yourself. Comes with a bunch of little add-ons for like the mag release, different style mag release, charge handle if you're running the red dot stuff. Again, we'll go over it. It comes with a cleaning kit, just absolutely 100% loaded with value for the $500 mark. But the reason I brought it up is if you have a pistol case, put your pistol in it to take it to the range. It doesn't make any sense not to. It's kind of what it's for. And I'll set this stuff over here quick. We'll do that last. This video is going a lot faster than my last one because I kind of picked up on some things after I realized I didn't hit record. I picked up on a lot of things I didn't need to talk about as long or at all because sometimes I just go. Don't forget your 5.56 koozie for your cold beverages. Obviously not beer if you're at the range. Unless you're on your own property, then you can do what you want because this is America. So, probably the most important of all of this, you can get away without having a rifle bag. You can. You can get away without having an ammo box. What I think you're stupid if you don't do is not have a backpack or a small tote or a bag or whatever, purse, man purse, satchel, whatever you want to call it. You need to have something to centralize all your personal protection, range gear, tools, extra batteries, optics, you know, whatever you want to bring with to the range. If you don't have a centralized container of some sort, I chose this tactical backpack that the NRA sent me for free. I have loads of backpacks, probably 20, but I joined the NRA a few years ago, forgot that it ran out, rejoined the NRA, got a free bag, chose the tactical bag, they sent it to me, I like it, so this is what I use for the range. Get a bag to take to the range, and I'll show you why. If I want to go shoot, if I get some free time and I want to go to my buddy's farm and shoot, or if my family calls me and says, hey, we're taking off for the range, you want to come with? I grab my firearm, I throw my ammo in the ammo can, I put my firearm in my rifle bag, and I don't even have to think about anything else. It's rifle, ammo, or firearm, ammo, grab this bag, and I know I got it all. Ear protection. 3M makes these Peltors. I believe they are like under 28 decibel. It's like you're deaf. Can't hear anything. Extremely quality. Very nice fit. Memory foam padding. Ridiculously quiet. I have my own opinions about earplugs, so actually I'll show you real quick. I threw these in here as like just for whatever reason, if they broke or something, I'd have these, but I was out shooting my AR a couple weeks ago and I dumped a few mags out of it pretty quickly. We blew through 100 or so rounds in about, you know, a minute. And I was running these like baffle style earplugs. And when I was shooting, I could tell it was loud, but I didn't think it was like hurt your hearing loud. And when I left, my ears rung for 2 days and I was worried. I wouldn't say I was scared because, you know, my ears have rung before, but if you're going to go out to the range and you're going to shoot a lot, put actual earphones on. Put really good hearing protection on. Listen, if you screw up your hearing, you screwed up your hearing. You're either going to pay a ton of money for hearing aids or you're just going to be deaf. It's not worth it. It's not worth being the cool guy at the range with his cool little earbuds. I've never, besides a set of custom molded $60, $70 set of earplugs, I've never had a set of earplugs that have worked anything near as good as a nice set of earphones. Like 15 bucks at most for these, and they are fantastic. Here's a tip and trick for lads and lassies. Guys who've been to the range 100 times probably do this. If you're just starting out, here's an idea. Some ranges say you need to clean up your brass. I go to a couple ranges with family. Some of them do, some of them don't. If you have to clean up your brass, or if you want to clean up your brass, take a plastic, like a paint throw. If you were painting in your house, you get this plastic sheeting, take it with, cut a little 6x6 area of plastic out, lay some stuff on the corner so it doesn't blow away. You're shooting, it's going to catch your brass. When you're done, pick up your plastic. You might get some stones, some dirt, whatever, but you got your brass, and you didn't have to walk around for 10 minutes picking it up. You know, just catch your brass, keep it all nice and easy. Done. Rangefinder. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. This is an old one, you know, probably a $50 used rangefinder. Just get yourself one. It's nice, especially if you're not shooting at an actual range that has something set out for you, or if you are shooting at a range that, let's say, has, you know, 50, 100, and then they don't have something out till 200 and you want to shoot 150, don't just guess at it. Put your rangefinder out there and find it. I shoot a lot at a friend of mine's farm. We don't have anything set up or metered off. We don't have any permanent target area. I shoot in this rain trough that they have built on their farm, and it's surrounded on both sides, and it's got a bank at the end, so it's perfect for shooting a couple hundred yards long. I think it's 186 yards long. So I can do anything from 0 to 186 and know exactly what I'm shooting and set everything up so I can be as precise as possible. I don't know why you wouldn't want to know exactly what you're shooting, because if you're sighting a gun in, it's kind of important. And you can pick up a rangefinder dirt cheap. Another thing that's super important, not absolutely necessary from the start if you're trying to do it on a budget, get yourself a good pair of binoculars. These are Steiner Safari 8x30 Pros. I got a really, really good deal. I kind of fell into these. These are a $300 set of binoculars. You don't have to spend $300 on binoculars. I wanted to tell everybody how to save money. How you save money is sometimes getting a set of free $300 binoculars like I did. But it is nice not to have to use your optic on your gun to try to find out where you're hitting. If you have somebody who's shooting with you, it's nice to be able to just see it. You can get a good set of binoculars to see a couple hundred yards for 50, 60 bucks. You don't have to spend hundreds. I do run a knife in here. Really, I don't know why. There's no reason for me to run a giant Bowie knife, but I do. Mainly because if I'm shooting on the farm or something and I want to, you know, whatever, I take a knife with me everywhere. Not because I'm obsessed, just because I have a lot of knives. Next, Peltor, same brand, 3M Peltor, polycarbonate shooting glasses. These are 100% universal. They weigh nothing. They're crystal clear. Like, I mean, it's not, you don't even know you're wearing glasses. Besides, you can kind of see the rim here and a little bit here. Other than that, you don't even know you have anything on. Very lightweight. I keep some dry. There's 3 of them I jammed in this little thing. Microfiber cleaning cloths for my glasses, optics, sights, you know, whatever. You should always have some cleaning cloths. And one of the most important things is batteries. If you're shooting a crosshair scope, you don't really need it, but me, I have a lot of red dot sights. I have a lot of red dot sights. Find out every red dot sight or laser that you run, find out what battery is in it. Get extra batteries, 2032s, CR123s, LR44s. I got all of them. I keep with me just in case, you know, you run into that situation where you need your battery. Another thing that everybody should get, they're cheap. You can buy them on Wish or eBay for 8, 10, 12 bucks. I bought this at a local shop. It paid 25 bucks. It's a Simmons laser bore sighter. I've used this to bore sight everything from a 22 rimfire all the way up to a 12 gauge shotgun. That has the attachments. It's stupid easy to use. If you can't figure it out, watch a video. Laser bore sighter is always a good idea to take with to the range, because I know I've been here before. You probably have too if you've shot a lot. But sometimes you go to the range and you pick up a gun you haven't shot in a while. I just did this with my AR actually, like not even a month ago. First couple shots down range, and I couldn't figure out if I had just forgot how to shoot, or if it was ammo, or if my sight got knocked off. And sure enough, popped my laser bore sighter in. I think I set it up at 65 yards because I was shooting my 10mm carbine before. I just, shooting 65 because I picked a weird number. and it was off quite a bit. I'm not sure what happened, but it's always good to have laser bore sighter with you. That way you're not wasting ammo trying to get on target with either a new sighted in gun, or you're not guessing on what in the hell happened to your gun when it's not hitting where you want it to hit. Both of those are super important. I have a couple other compartments in here. I have this big like door compartment. It kind of opens up like a door. I don't put anything in it because I don't like the way it opens. And I have another compartment down here that I kind of lock with that molly strap. I normally will put some ammo and stuff in there. I just don't have anything in there right now because I just recently cleaned this out when I got the ammo can. What I might do is actually consolidate some of the stuff that's in this attachment bag here into that, so I can probably get rid of this and run it on something else like my tack vest, or, you know, either way. A couple really important things to remember to bring to the range with you. I always bring a set of a pair of thick rubber nitrile gloves. Whether you have to, you know, get down and dirty and clean, or whatever the case, it's always a good idea to always have a set of rubber gloves with you. A wash towel. I like to wipe my hands off gunshot residue after I'm done shooting. You don't have to. If you have to shit in the woods and wipe your ass, you got, you know, a towel. I don't go anywhere. Like, my go bag never leaves my truck. My actual go bag never leaves my truck, or if I go in her vehicle, it never leaves us. It's always with me and with my family, because we're going to talk about a go bag in a video coming up soon, and, you know, I'll explain why that's important. But I keep water filtration tablets in here. I don't know why, I just have lots of them, so I put them in here because you can never be too prepared. A small multi-tool kit that I don't ever use on my guns. This is more of just a multi-tool in case you need it for whatever. And regular pocket knife, some expandable towels. If you cut yourself or something and need some expandable towels, you just throw a little bit of water on these bad boys and they turn into a nice big towel. Again, these are all things that can just be, that are so cheap to have. And when you have a centralized area to keep all your stuff, there's no reason not to pack it. And if you have it packed, then what is going to possibly happen at the range on just a normal range trip that you're not prepared for? If your sight dies, you're prepared. If you have to work on your gun, you're prepared. I try to be just as prepared as possible because I get so limited time to go to the range. I don't want to go to the range and then have something happen and have to come home and not be able to enjoy myself. I'll even throw an extra sight in here. And if I have a sight that fails, I have multiple spare red dots, and I'll just throw another cheap red dot on and keep shooting. First aid stuff. I keep some pads, some gauze pads, some medical tape. I always have my first aid kit in my go bag, and every time I'm at the range, my go bag's usually with too because it's in my truck. But it's always a good idea just to have some extra first aid stuff on anytime you go to the range. It could literally save your life. Some zip ties. Just zip tie, the possibilities for zip ties are endless, so I always keep some zip ties. And then I got another thing of batteries in here, which actually I want to move up to the battery compartment. I got some lithium CR123s, but I do have a sight that takes the 123s. And I got some LR44s that I want to put in there too. And I also have, oops, looks like my little guy was in here, an Allen set, a small screwdriver set, and I do have a punch in there as well. And I have a little brass hammer that I was actually, wish I would have stuck back in here. It's really tiny, and I had it upstairs working actually on that canop the other night and never put it back in, so I got to remember to do that. But always keep a small tool set on me. I'm not going to go in and tear my gun apart at the range. That's not the place to do it. But if there's something little that needs done, I have no problem doing it with the tools that I bring with. So, all the necessities and all the things that could go wrong, knock on wood, can be fixed with this bag. And that's important, not just for me, but for everybody who wants to go to the range, enjoy themselves, and be efficient, and not have to pack or think about it the night before. What all do I need to take? Get a bag, put everything in it, grab your gun, grab your ammo, go. After you're done at the range, some people, my grandfather growing up, I went to the range with my grandfather since I was 5 years old, and we've been to the range a lot. I've shot a lot of rounds, especially like even before the age of 10. So my grandfather was always big for a while. We used to clean our guns at the range. As long as it wasn't busy and we weren't holding up a stall, we were 100% cleaning the bore, taking the bolts out, field stripping the gun, cleaning it all off at the range. And then before that firearm went back in its case to go home, it was ready to basically just get a quick wipe down and throw it in the cabinet and we're done. I don't do that at the range. I don't have enough time. So I bring a speed kit with me. This Birchwood Casey gun scrubber. It is a high-powered solvent. Like, I don't know if it's alcohol-based or I wish I knew, but it's super high pressure. It does last for a while too. And it's not an oil, it's a solvent. And what I'll do is, like, let's say I ran 60 rounds through this gun, and, you know, up around the action there was carbon blow and the bolt was all carboned up, and there was carbon back in the pin area and down in the bore, the lance bore. I would take this, you definitely want to be outside, it's very strong, but I'd take this, you know, powerful solvent, take the bolt out, blow all those parts off real quick. You don't even have to scrub them with this. If they're not super dirty, you just blow it off. Blow a little bit down in the chamber into the lands area. You're pretty much okay to take it home at that point. I just like getting all the, you know, gunpowder's corrosive. I like getting the corrosive gunpowder out of the, you know, sensitive areas, like the locking lugs, the bolt seal, the firing pin area, the chamber area, because that's how you shoot a barrel out, is, you know, the chamber area gets eaten up and you start to get a lot of slop where your round is chambering, shouldering into the barrel. And I like to blow all that stuff out quick. Every once in a while, I'll just take, you know, some cheap oil. This is Hops Elite. I actually have a really nice oil that I like using, but I don't know where I put it. The other day I was cleaning my stuff and I misplaced it and I don't know where it's at, but I like using a synthetic oil, an all-weather oil, something that's light viscosity, that has no effect really with temperature, hot or cold, especially cold. You go putting a lot of oil around the firing pin when it's cold, you could have problems on springs, trigger sears. When it's cold, gum it up. If your gun doesn't work properly, you don't have to use a lot of oil. Years ago, you had to oil stuff up to get it to work. Now, firearms are made, they're all Teflon or nitride coated, to where those parts pretty much almost never need oil to function. It's just nice, you know, to oil your stuff to, you know, make it last longer. So I'll blow off the parts with this scrubber, take a little bit of oil on my finger or on a rag, just wipe some of those parts down, just make sure they have a little bit of oil on them. Nothing too crazy. I might even wipe them back off with a dry towel then, and go ahead and stick it all back together. But more important than that, because you can take your firearm home and clean it the right way, field strip it, you know, do your barrel. You can do all that stuff at home too. You don't have to do this at the range. I like to, just because that's, sometimes I get really busy. I'll come home. I shouldn't say this, may even leave my rifle in the truck for the day or something, because I have 2 kids. When I get home sometimes, if they're not with me, we start getting into stuff pretty quick. My guns might sit in my house for 2, 3, 4 days without getting cleaned. I like to take the time, while I have the time at the range, to just blow off the excess, put some oil on it. But the most important thing, before you leave the range, if you're not wearing gloves, which normally at the range, unless I'm doing, you know, training, shooting, or speed shooting, I'm not wearing gloves. You get a lot of GSR on your hands, gunshot residue. I just said that gunpowder is very corrosive. Touching ammo, you get the brass, you get the lead. just generally everything that you're doing, touching the magazine, your hands get dirty, okay? Picking rounds up out of the ground if you didn't put your plastic down. Oily, corrosive, grimy hands. You're touching your gun everywhere. You're touching the scope, you're touching the action, you're clicking the safe off, you're on the trigger, probably have your hand up on the barrel. You've touched your gun everywhere. I've already, when I had my American 308, I've already went out, shot that rifle, didn't clean it up at all really, threw it back in the truck, went home, threw it in the gun cabinet, said, well, this weekend I want to get some firearms out and clean them anyways. I'll get it then. By the time I got that, 3-4 days later, it wasn't any more than 3 or 4 days later, there was already pit rust, that surface pit rust on the action, on the barrel, on the bolt handle, just because of how corrosive my hands were from all that, gunpowder and just sweat and just general, acidity that you get. It had already started to eat into the bluing. Luckily, I was able to clean it up with flits and then, wipe it back down with some oil, and there was no real lasting marks to the gun. But, another week and it might have been too late. You might have seen that forever. And it's just super important. So no matter what, before I throw my stuff in the truck, I get these wipes. They are break-free gun collector wipes. It's just like a baby wipe style pull out. You only need one for about 10 guns because there's loads of oil on these one little tablet. It's literally dripping with oil. You don't have to go crazy, although it's hard not to with that. But I like to wipe my optic. You definitely don't want to get it on the glass, but the optic, all the metal on the gun. I even wipe down the synthetic stock. Just wipe the whole thing down with oil, and then I'll take a dry rag or a microfiber towel or something and just wipe all the excess oil off. But it is nice to be able to put oil on it, and oil that's going to, get down into the metal, penetrate a little bit. If there is anything on the top, it's going to neutralize that. So I do like to wipe everything down. You can get a silicone rag as well. The yellow silicone rags are nice. I don't have any, and the last time I went out to buy some, I couldn't find any, but they had these, and these are really nice. My only complaint is there's actually too much oil on them. Like, that's for like a gun collector that has a $500,000 musket hanging on his wall that wants to make it look like he put liquid gold on the stock. That's what it'll do. It's extremely oily. Not oily to the point where it could cause your gun to have any issues. It's just like a finish oil for the metal, the wood, or the stock or whatever. So I wipe the whole thing down, take a microfiber towel, take the excess off. Gives it a nice look, and bottom line, your gun's protected. It's not going to rust all to hell, and it gives you a few extra days to get everything cleaned up if you need. So I don't really have a whole lot else to add. I went through this a little quicker this time than I did the last time. I hope to God my camera's still recording, because if not, I'm going to be so frustrated because it's probably like 1 in the morning now. Yeah, just, out of all this, moral of the story is, you got a $60 bag, a free bag, but at the most you're going to spend 10-15 bucks on a decent backpack, maybe 25 if you want to buy a cool one. $5 ammo can. For the gear itself, you're looking at no more than 100 bucks. And, for the Ear Pro, the Eye Pro, and some of the little accessories I have, it's only a couple, $20, $30, $40 more. You get money into your optics, your rangefinder if you want to do it. There was some more expensive stuff in here. But for the bare essentials to go to the range and not have everything be a mess and be able to quickly gather your stuff up and go, and gather your stuff up and go home, you're not spending a lot of money. So save your rifle bag. Any old backpack will do, but if you join the NRA, they'll send you this one for free. $5 ammo can. And don't forget about your mat, your cleaning mat. Super important. Just that way, if you got to lay your rifle down, you're laying it on a mat that's not abrasive. That's pretty much all I got to add. So this is Corbin from Circa 2020. Next time, we're going to get into another firearm-based video. I'm trying to go firearm gear, until I run out of firearms and gear. But that probably won't happen because I keep getting more. So I think next time, if you want to leave a comment and let me know what you want to see, Next time I'm either going to do the Canic TP9 SFX, I'm going to do my carbine, or I'm going to do the bolt action. Let me know what you want to see, and we'll see you next time. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Please subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment, let me know if I'm a total idiot. I know the page doesn't have a lot of traction yet, but I'd like to see some, some back and forth going on, because I'm putting a little bit of time into it. So I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.